TikTok has changed so much in the last 6 months that if you're still making videos like you were 6 months ago, the likelihood is that you're going to be stuck at low views. So if you are stuck at low views and you want to break out, here are the main ways TikTok has changed so that you can do just that and become a successful content creator. First off, they've changed the way that people actually get views. 6 months ago or a little bit longer, if your video got a lot of likes, shares, comments, favorites, then it would likely get a lot of views. TikTok would see it as a good thing, push it out to a new audience, so on and so forth. But that's been completely changed. The only thing that really matters when it comes to your views is the watch time metrics of your videos. If people are scrolling by or just watching a little bit of your video, TikTok's not going to push it out further. Kind of makes sense. They just want people on the app for as much as possible, so if they promote the videos that do that, it will help them achieve it. But if you want to get more views in TikTok and you want to break out of low view jail, you need to be optimizing your videos for watch time. That's a whole different topic. I'll get a few videos out on that this week, so make sure you follow so you don't miss those. The second way that TikTok has changed over the last 6 months, and has actually made quite a lot of big creators suffer with low views, is that videos don't go to your followers very often. So you might think, right, I'm going to post my video, I've got a couple thousand followers or a couple of hundred followers. If all of those watch it and engage with it, then it'll go out and it'll go viral. A year ago, maybe that might have worked. But on TikTok, the algorithm works by just pushing your content to strangers, and only if a certain amount of strangers like it and you get a couple thousand views from random people, will TikTok start showing it to your followers, and then your followers can have an impact on the overall views it will get. So if you want to get more views, you do still need to be tapping into your actual follower base, and the easiest way to do that is by posting stories. But you can push your content to your stories where your followers will actively see them, and if they like it, they can click through and engage with it, and that can give your videos a bit of a boost. Another way TikTok's changed over the last 6 months is that they've changed the guidelines. The checks that they do before they push your videos out are different and honestly a lot stricter. If your content's too salesy, if your quality's not up to scratch, if you've used AI and not declared it, if it's too explicit, if it's too vulgar, TikTok's just not going to push it out to more than like 100 people. So if you want to break out the low view jail, and this is speaking to people who are stuck under 200 views maybe, it's probably because you're failing some of these checks. So make sure you're aware of TikTok's guidelines and you're abiding by them. Now, finally, one of the ways that TikTok's changed massively over the last 6 months is the tools that they've introduced and the tools that they're rewarding. Yes, TikTok's still rewarding people who are using thought bubbles, using stories, using creator search insights, but they've added the text feature where you can just create a text post and push that out and TikTok's rewarding it. They've added TikTok Notes, which is essentially Pinterest for TikTok. So if you post more photo content, you'll get more views. They've even added a bulletin feature for people with a lot of followers to make sure that those followers are still getting catered to, even though those algorithm changes we spoke about before have been in effect. So if you want to break out of the low view jail, obviously there's a lot that goes into this, but the premise stands. If you make high quality content for your audience, you experiment, you show up, you're consistent, then you'll do well in the long run. If you want to take all of the learning curve out of figuring out how to grow on TikTok, how to get 100,000 followers, well, we're providing a place where we help you do just that. It's a community where we help someone like Susan gain over 100,000 followers within a few months. Well, we're opening that community up to 50 people at the end of the week. That's 50 people out of our 180,000 followers. And if you want to join the priority list so you can get access for that when it's open, just click the link in our bio and sign up there, and you'll get an email straight away. If you are not willing to post 100 videos on TikTok, if you're not willing to spend hours looking at other videos in your niche to see what's working for them and to see what your audience is reacting to, if you're not willing to spend hours figuring out how the algorithm works, if you're not willing to post 5 different variations of one single video to see what works better than others, if you're not willing to spend 30 minutes a day engaging, if you're not willing to post stories all the time, if you're not willing to post once to twice a day for at least 90 days, then the hard truth of TikTok is that you're just really going to struggle to grow on here. If you really want to grow on TikTok, you have to find what topics TikTok are understanding in your niche right now. You have to understand what's working in your niche right now. More importantly, you need to understand what your audience wants from you specifically and how you can show up for them all the time. And because there are so many creators on here, TikTok's getting higher and higher standards of what they're going to push out. Now, obviously, there's a hell of a lot to learn here, but you don't need to spend years figuring it out for yourself. There is a space where you can figure it out in a few weeks and see some crazy results. And that's the community where we've helped people like Susan gain over 100,000 followers, Andre gain over 100,000 followers by teaching them everything we know about the algorithm, giving them some guidance on their account, and then being in a community of other people trying to grow. So if you want to be a part of that, just click the link in our bio to sign up for the waitlist. We're opening it up to 50 more people tomorrow, and it'll only be open for a few hours. So to make sure you can get access to it before it disappears again, just click the link in our bio and check it out. If you've been stuck at low views in November, it's time to switch things up a bit. It means the way you're currently posting things just isn't quite hitting the mark. This can be down to loads of things, the algorithm updates, different interests from your audience, so on and so forth. But there's a way to get around it. After growing this account to over 180,000 engaged followers and helping hundreds of other creators grow, there is one definite place to start to figure out where to switch things up so you can start getting more views. And it goes like this. Find 10 to 20 different popular topics within your niche specifically. So the way you find these is using creator searching sites. Find something with at least 10,000, if not 100,000 searches a day. You can find them with TikTok search, so just type in a couple of keywords related to your niche, see what's getting people views, and identify the topics that the videos are on. And you can do it with your FYP. If you've been engaging with your FYP, you should have your ears to the ground as to what's doing well in your niche as it's doing well. So again, see what's getting views and note down the topics. This is really important because TikTok already knows what topics of videos they want to push out to people when they categorize the videos. So you just approaching random topics doesn't make it impossible to get more views, but it makes it a lot less likely because you'll really have to capture TikTok's attention. Now, once you've got all of these topics, you need to look at the videos that are getting views for them. Have a look at why. What is their quality like? How long are these videos? How are they breaking down these topics? What are the hooks like? What is the energy like on camera? The idea here isn't to come up with a blueprint of how you can make the video. The idea here is to come up with a blueprint as to what the audience for these topics of videos are actively engaging with, so that when you put your spin on it, you're including the most important factors that are keeping them around. You can bring them in, and then you can introduce your own style and your own POV. So 10 to 20 topics, note down why you think they're doing well, and create your own variations on them. This will give you a good chance of upping your views for the rest of November if you do this. And if you want to see results like people like Susan, who went from an average of 250 views to gaining enough views to get 100,000 followers within a few months, then we're opening up the community where she did that for just 50 people in a launch at the end of the week. So if you want to be one of the 50 people out of our over 180,000 followers who gets in, just click the link in our bio to join our waiting list. So you'll get access as soon as it's open on the 21st. I don't understand why more creators aren't talking about this, but the majority of people who are stuck at low views on TikTok are stuck at low views because they haven't found their market fit. Every single person on TikTok has an audience, but people fail to tap into that audience because they haven't found the right structure of video that they really want to see on that topic from you specifically. Every single creator will have a unique combination of topics to talk about, ways of filming, ways of editing, hooks, CTAs, and even video length. If they find it, will get them more and more views